Okay, so we're going to talk about where we started and where we are now. So this is going to be episode 1, series 1, first video. So custody first started back in 2022 because my daughter had missed so much school, and if you see me looking over here, it's because I had to type it all up because there's so much involved. So he never paid for school lunches, school fees, he doesn't pay child support. He never really took her school shopping. It was always me. Anytime anything was like needing to be paid for at school, me. So 2022, we start the custody modification because we already had custody in place as of 2014, and 5 years she had missed. She had 42 absences and 43 tardies on his watch. Funny thing is, this is kind of like when COVID started, and he was saying that he was abiding by like the CDC guidelines, even though he didn't allow Tiana to get vaccinated. So a little contradictory. So he would keep her out of school, saying he has to follow CDC guidelines, but then he wouldn't let her get vaccinated, and then she'd come to my house like 2 days later and he wouldn't say anything about anything COVID, but that's neither here nor there. He was served papers about mediation, because that's how you first have to start it, is doing mediation. First off, the address he gave me was not valid, and I did my own detective work because there was a weird noise. I'm also a private investigator. If you didn't know, I'm a lawyer and a private investigator. I found an address of where I thought he was, and guess what? The processor server found him. Checkmate. He basically said he couldn't attend mediation. He didn't have the money, things like that. And he was just like ready to negotiate, like, we're gonna make it work. Since he declined mediation, obviously we were not negotiating anything. We started the custody modification where we would go to trial. And then he had submitted a motion to dismiss. He did it on the basis of there was a custody order from 2014. That's all it said. We have a custody order from 2014. Well, she's missing school. You're not paying for anything. Like, you don't even have health care on her, dental, nothing like that. So filed a response to that motion and was like, listen, this is the process. We asked for mediation, you said no. So he then filed, so we've put that response in, and then he filed a second motion to dismiss, basically saying the same thing, that we already have an order from 2014. So we filed another response to that. And he can file as many dismissals as he wants, just so you know. So I filed like February 2022, and we're now in May 2022, and we've done nothing. And because he's filed 2 motions to dismiss, the courts decided to give him a court date. Why? I don't know. So a court date up August 2022. And that was like in May when we got the August date. So in July, I get a call from my lawyer, and she says, hey, we need to have a conversation. And I guess basically, long story short, he couldn't attend the August court date. And this was now being pushed to October 2022. So February to October, we've done absolutely nothing because he's just delaying. He basically said he couldn't attend court in August because of his job, even though we had from May to August to request a half a day, if anything. So to court in October 2022 on the motion to dismiss. And in the court hearing, the commissioner said, listen, this is the process. Go to mediation. If it doesn't work, we'll go to the next step. Like, you have to go to mediation. This is the process. So that's in October 2022. So then right after that, you know what he did? He filed an objection to the commissioner's recommendations. Mind you, we're still not going to mediation. He filed an objection saying that me and my lawyer gave the commissioner false information, and it wasn't true that he wasn't like delaying mediation and he wasn't delaying the process. It like literally made no sense. So we had to file a response to this. And mind you, from February 2022 to October 2022, I'm having to pay a $500 attorney like hold fee every month on top of a retainer. So that was fun. And every single time they like responded, it was like, you'd have to pay more and you have to pay more. And it just became ridiculous. We're now in November 2022. Got a list of like some custody evaluators going just in case. So then he sent an objection to our response to his objection to commissioner recommendation. So that's where we are. And this is part 1. And there's still like another year and a half to go. So again, you're here for the ride. And I promise you, we're not even at 2026 of where we are now, where I'm pro se by myself and doing this by myself. But this is why I can do it by myself, because I watched and I did this for so many years. So there will be a part 2, I promise.